Romania still in search of their first win after a valiant effort against Spain 4 days ago. And elsewhere in Group A today, Spain upset by Poland, losing by 11 on home court in Zaragoza. And that means Israel have a chance to go top of the group for the win here. Poland and Spain both at 1-1. Israel can move to 2-0. A Romania win here would see all 4 teams tied at 1-1 at the end of game day 2. Ready for the introduction of both sets of players. Starting with Romania. They've come through 3 qualifiers to get to this qualification campaign, finishing ahead of Slovakia, Cyprus and Kosovo. They put in a spirited performance on Thursday in their first game, but fell just short against Spain, losing by 11 and getting edged in all 4 quarters. They hit 9 of 19 for 47% from downtown and rebounded the ball fairly well, but committed 17 turnovers and allowed Spain to shoot 59% inside, while shooting just 43% themselves from 2-point range. We'll focus on some of their specific threats in a few moments' time. As we see the starting 5s after the anthems, they're led here by Tudor Koskescu, the head coach of club side Dinamo Bucharest, who's assisted by Bosnian Nenad Markovic, the head coach of Turkish side Gaziantep. Now ready for the introduction of the home team, Israel, here in Tel Aviv. They started their campaign with a big 71-75 win over Poland, and a Polish side that beat Spain earlier today. Game 1 was a real rollercoaster ride on Thursdays. They won the opening quarter by 9 before losing the second quarter by 11 to trail at half-time, and came back to edge quarters 3 and 4 to win the game by 4 points. Poland grabbing 6 extra offensive rebounds and had 2 fewer turnovers, which led to 5 extra field goal attempts and 5 extra foul shots. But Israel's superior shooting percentages enough to get the win. They shot 50% inside and 41% from long range, while holding Poland to just 35% from the field altogether. They've got a couple of big boosts for the roster for game 2, with Jake Cohen and Denny Avdia arriving, having not played in game 1. They're led here by Oded Katash, who is also the head coach of Hapoel Jerusalem in the Basketball Champions League. And he's done really well to get them into the playoffs this season as the top seed in their regular season group. The man who represented his country back at the 1997 EuroBasket as the point guard. This crowd is ready, the 2 sets of players are ready. We will pause now for the 2 national anthems.
ועכשיו כולם מניפים את הדגלים שעל כל כיסא, כל הקלפים באוויר. Ladies and gentlemen, and now national anthem of Israel, התקווה. לשירת ההמנון הלאומי של ישראל, התקווה. אני מתכבד להזמין את עמק אמרמי, המתנייד על כיסא גלגלים בעקבות תאונת דרכים. מלבד היותו זמר, עמק הינו פעיל חברתי ומסבירן ארצי בתוכנית קהילה נגישה המקדמת את נושא הנגישות והשתלבות אנשים בעלי מוגבלויות בחיי הקהילה בכל תחומי החיים. דגלים באוויר, קהל נכבד, התקווה.
תשירו איתי נרים את האחד. קולות בלב בנימה נפש יהודי הומייה ושפת מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון בירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון בירושלים.
A fantastic crowd and a great atmosphere building in Tel Aviv as Israel set to take on Romania on game day 2 of the qualification campaign for EuroBasket 2021. First a look at your officiating team for this game. From Italy, Turkey and Serbia. We should get a look at the starting fives as well. Both rosters have had a few changes since game 1. So big boosts for both, with some potentially key players arriving on the scene. The Romania starting 5. They've been reinforced by naturalised veteran point guard Jordan Watson, who gets the start. 22-year-old centre Emmanuel Katse, who plays in Spain with Murcia, is their standout superstar. He put up a huge double-double against Spain in game 1. Tudor Costescu, the head coach for Romania, while the underdogs here for this one. Israel have seen the addition of Maccabi Tel Aviv centre Jake Cohen and Maccabi Tel Aviv guard Denny Avdia, who's becoming a EuroLeague Rising Star contender at just 19. Tamir Blatt, another very talented young point guard, has led Hapoel Jerusalem impressively in the Basketball Champions League this season. He and veteran Gal Mikal combining for 18 assists in the game day 1 win for coach Oded Katash's team. FIBA president in attendance in Tel Aviv. We are just about ready to go. This one should be thoroughly entertaining. Both teams with some extra firepower for game day 2. As Israel look to go 2-0, and Romania look to take everybody in the group to 1-1. All of the VIPs in the house.
We go 10 cross from the beginning. Only when we can. Okay, only when we can, we go 10 cross. One up, first open. One up, first open. Side
You get the ball on the short roll. You get the ball in, right? Get the
the ball and re-screen with the shoot. One of you. Like the pick and roll. Let's go back and go in screen.
Here we go then. Israel ranked 42nd in the world, set to take on Romania, ranked 54th. These two set to go toe-to-toe in a group that earlier today got blown wide open by Poland's upset win over Spain in Zaragoza. Yesterday, Georgia downed Serbia in Belgrade in Group E. Belgium shocked Lithuania in Group C. And Romania produced another upset here in Group A. The pleasantries before the basketball court gets turned into a battlefield. 32 nations giving absolutely everything to reach FIBA EuroBasket 2021, all desperate to compete on the Grand Continental stage. There is no room whatsoever for taking anything for granted. Here we go then, Romania in the blue, Israel in the predominantly white jerseys. We're ready to rock in Tel Aviv. And the home team start with the ball. Fantastic atmosphere it is here. As Gal Meckel, a double-double on game day one, gets the ball back here. To the far side he goes. At 11 points and 10 assists, as well as 3 steals in that first game. Dancing through the paint, getting rejected, shut down here in the opening 23 seconds. And a whistle right at the end of the shot clock. Excellent defensive work from the 22-year-old Radu Werner for Romania. The foul was called, so the shot clock resets to 14. And Romania give up the open shot, mid-range two-pointer, misses though from Rafael Menko. First offense for Romania. Katsay, who's the big threat to Israel. He sets the screen. Watson wanted to pull up on the elbow. He went up and landed back down. No room to breathe. And Israel matched the defensive intensity that we saw from Romania on the opening play of the game. Tamir Black to inbound. Inside for the first score, and one. Contact on the way up, still able to put it in. A chance at a three-point play for Itai Segev. The man who had 8 points, 8 rebounds and a steal in the game one win. Romania looking for their first score, slicing through the paint, and they get it with the layup. Lovely move from Emmanuel Katsay. Real intensity to start here from both teams. Black getting ready to inbound the ball. Romania have picked up their second foul already in a little over a minute, and this place is rocking. Meckel goes around the sizable screen set by Segev. Across to the far side it goes. Back out. Meckel looking to put the ball on the floor. Steps in towards the foul line. Can't hit the two. Rebound grab by Katsay. Watson directing traffic from the far side. Jordan Watson added for this second game. Goes back to Popper. Calling for it on the interior. Duculescu Instead, the outside shot way off the mark, right at the end of the shot clock. A desperation heave, and Israel's defense doing the job again. Black prodding and probing on the perimeter. Here comes the screen from Segev. Blatt goes back. Three-point shot here. Menko got it. The first triple of the game, knocked down by Rafael Menko. He was 4 of 8 in game 1 from the field for 10 points, 4 rebounds as well. Baseline drive for Romania, and a foul. The first foul on Israel. Black with the assist. He had 8 of them in game 1, along with 8 points. Romania looking to attack the paint. Slicing but missing was Katse. Recovered, they'll try and find Katse again through Diculescu, and they turn it over. Israel running the floor, another pass from Black, far side, three-pointer rims out. Watson's ball forward. Werner looking to attack strong, and they keep trying to get him to attack the rim. And Israel at the moment slamming the defensive door in their faces. Israel playing out of the press, looking to stretch a 4-point lead here. Segev's screen again, he rolls inside. The pass was risky to try and find him, and the passing lane cut off in the end by Popper. This really is a big occasion for Israel to have this game on home court in front of these passionate fans. The first game at home, having played on the road in Poland on Thursday. They force another turnover on Romania. The energy we're seeing in this crowd is translating to the energy on court, and a series of back-to-back turnovers as Romania failed to make the most of that opportunity in transition. Seconds after Israel had faltered at the same hurdle. Eckel. Third Romanian turnover. Israel have had 2 as well in the opening 4 minutes. Black taking the outside shot this time, missing it. Romania given the opportunity to try and keep it close here early on with Watson. Popper setting the screen for Watson to work around. Plenty of time still on the shot clock. There's the cut through the paint. Out of bounds and another turnover. Noel Dragoste, who only played 6.5 scoreless minutes in game 1, losing the handle on the ball. It's 4 turnovers from Romania. Both teams struggling from the field at the moment. Some really intense defense being played. Wide open look, 4-3. Got it. Jake Cohen, the big man with the big shot. A 7-point Israel lead early on, and a timeout called towards the midway point of the opening quarter. The 2'6" center, capable of stepping out and hitting from range. He announces himself on the EuroBasket 2021 qualifying scene.
Dar nu mai dați individual șuturi ușoare. Și n-avem deloc tranziție din nou. Next court side. Următoarea, înțeles? Court side. They play more
Israel scoring their points in threes. Blatt finding Menko for the triple. Before that, a three-point play to get them underway from Segev. And then a three from Cohen to force the timeout. That's what he brings. Jake Cohen, who in the EuroLeague this season has shot 41% from the outside. Israel by 7. Romania have it off the back of their timeout. Popper onto Watson. Watson going through the gears, burst to the baseline, forced back to Popper. Left hand drive through the paint from him, contested shot all the way by Cohen. Deni Avdija in the ball game for the first time. What a season he's having, the 19-year-old. Here he is, Avdija for three, got it. He announces himself even quicker than Cohen. The two players who've just arrived on the roster, both nailing big outside shots. Now 3 of 4 from the perimeter and dancing inside for a much-needed Romanian score is Jordan Watson. That cuts the lead back down to single figures after Israel had gone up by 10. Well, Deni Avdija knocking down Israel's third three already to add to a three-point play that got them started. Becoming a EuroLeague rising star contender with his recent performances for Maccabi Tel Aviv. He's averaged 11.3 points and 5.7 rebounds across the last 3 games for his club side. And now he gets his chance on the international stage. His club teammate, Jake Cohen, missing on the inside. Watson. Romania looking to close it after a difficult start here. Machuca across to the far side. He's come in for the first time. Screen set by Katse. Katse receives it and got fouled on the entry pass. And it looked like he might be struggling to grab the handle on the ball. The foul is on Golan Gut. And while Katse is the one man that Romania can really turn to, perhaps along with Jordan Watson. He was so dominant in game 1 against Spain. Here's Watson, who's playing his first game of the campaign. They're hoping that can be a big 1-2 punch combination for them. Three-pointer won't go off the hop. Katse trying to get underneath it up against Cohen, but he's got a tough matchup against Cohen here in this one. Katse born in Bucharest, but he's spent his whole professional career in Spain. Started with Real Madrid, now with Murcia. Israel looking to go up by double figures again here. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Volleying his way towards the basket, Avdija. Second bite to the cherry. Step through, rejected not once but twice by Mihai Machuca. One 19-year-old shutting down another. Romania trying to save it off the broken play, and Katse nearly breaks the rim. Emmanuel Katse putting the big offensive exclamation mark on the big double defensive block. Romania back within 6. Blatt lost it, but it's poked out of bounds far side by Watson. Tremendous action over the last minute or two. We'll see the offense from Katse, but the defense before that equally, if not more so, impressive. And there Blatt. Risky entry pass. Nice baseline run to receive it. The shot off the mark from the corner, and here comes Watson. You know that Blatt can play those passes with pinpoint precision, and had to on that occasion. Here's Watson. Into the paint and the land of the Giants across to the far side. Three-point shot will go. Romania back within 1 possession. Having trailed by 10, Machuca stepping up at both ends of the floor. Well, he played just 6 scoreless minutes on game day 1, missed both of his shots. And since being introduced here, he's had a couple of blocks and a triple. Cohen twisting, turning and tormenting. Jake Cohen with a lovely move in the paint. Israel by 5 and he's got 5. Ola moving it on, a chance to try and drive down the baseline. Difficult finish, wouldn't fall. And Israel looking to open up a bit of breathing room again with the wide open 3 to the side of the basket this time. Romania quickly down the floor, and a foul that will go on Nimrod Levy. 3 for each team here in the first. Romania have really picked up the pace. And Mihai Machuca is the man who has been the spark plug for them. That was the move from Cohen. But previously, Avdia was shut down twice by Machuca. That has to be one of the plays of game day 2. The double block from Machuca for Romania, leading to the big dunk down the floor in the end for Katse. And they've sent a message, Romania, that they are not here just to make up the numbers. After an early 10-point lead for Israel, Romania battling back within 4. 3-point shot won't go down. And they hit 3 of their first 4, Israel. They've started to dry up those threes now. They've missed their last 3 in a row. That's opened the door for a Romanian comeback, and they are back within 2. High off the glass it goes down. And with just over a minute to play here in the first, Romania scoring 8 of their 12 points in the paint, getting the better of Israel over the last few minutes, who've done most of their scoring on the outside. There's an offensive foul and a turnover from Israel as well. After this beautifully measured glance off the glass from Mirel Dragoste. 2 young players, him and Machuca, who hardly played in game 1, are stepping up here in game 2 on the road in Tel Aviv. To Hurton with a nice bounce pass inside towards the baseline. They lost it though. And Israel are not happy with this call. They thought that was a turnover. It was Dragoste, the 25-year-old inside, who lost the handle on the ball, but the official on the baseline said there was a touch from Israel. Machuca handing it off to Hurton. Looking to take it from the elbow here for the tie. Couldn't get it to go. Long rebound. Machuca for the lead. No. He's hit a 3 already, but not that time. Meckel. Bounce pass through a gap. Little hesitation in the paint. Popped away, though. Machuca running the floor. Until Hurton, but an offensive foul. Too many turnovers, the problem for his team. Tudor Costescu's team turning the ball over for the 5th time in the opening quarter. Both teams have 4 fouls, only 27 seconds to play here in the first. Israel suffering a real drought after a hot start. And they finish with a big score, gut through the gap, and then going up to rock the rim, Zalmanson. Israel by 4. 5 to shoot. Across to the far side it goes. The long 2 contested off the rim. Offensive rebound, but he couldn't grab both handles on the ball, Alex Ola. And that will do it for a fascinating first in Tel Aviv. Low scoring, but highly entertaining. At the end of 1, Israel 16, Romania 12. Look at some of the stats here from that opening 10 minutes. Israel hitting 3 of their first 4 on the outside, missing 3 in a row after that. Romania doing much of their scoring on the interior as they fought back from 10 down to get within 2 before Israel opened up the 4-point gap at the end of the quarter. Israel with a 12-2 start. So Romania finishing the quarter on a 10-4 run. Those threes were dropping early on for Israel. They had one from Avdia, one from Cohen, one from Menko. 3 of their first 4 before missing 3 in a row. Avdia and Cohen, both new to the team here for game day 2, both getting going early. Took Romania a little while to get going, but when they did, they got inside to score emphatically. That time through Katse off the double block at the other end of the floor from Machuca. Nice kick out that time from Watson for the corner 3. Machuca doing it on the offensive end as well. Cohen, lovely step-through move to get the better of Katse. That's one of the matchups to watch here in the center position. One of Israel's stars against Romania's standout star. It is Israel who have the edge, though, at the end of 1 by 4 points after that score from Zalmatson. Just a reminder that the next qualifying window for EuroBasket 2021 comes your way in November. The third and final window at this time next year. And then we will know who goes to the tournament finals next year. These two both desperate to get there. So Hurton lost it as he tried to move it inside to Ola. Israel looking to get to the EuroBasket for a 30th time. Romania looking to get there for the 19th time in their history. 3-point shot, will it go? No, rims out. Defensive board grabbed before the release for Toe Hurton. Ola then setting the screen, receiving it on the perimeter. The big man's going to shoot the 3. Too long. Long rebound, though. Toe Hurton, the 20-year-old point guard. He'll go around the screen, edging his way towards the paint. He put it in, but the foul, I think, is on the floor. Romania really showing their grit here. Under Tudor Costescu, giving Oded Katash and his Israeli team plenty to think about. Ball not beyond centre court, and a backcourt violation forced on Tudor George. Number 7 on court for the first time in this second quarter for Romania. 22-year-old point guard who scored 9 points in 14.5 minutes in the defeat to Spain. Israel with the ball with Mekor, the veteran point guard, across to the far side. Shot clock winding down. Gut checks it's a 3. Can't get it to go. Romania looking to close the gap. Here with George. There's an offensive foul. Alex Ola holding his hands out in disbelief, wondering where the call came from. He goes to the bench. In comes Julian Orbanu. 3 players drafted into the roster for game day 2. No score yet in the second quarter. That quickly changes. Israel up by 6. Mekel's first score, he's already dished 2 assists. So Hurton shoots the 3, nothing but net from the 20-year-old, who was only 1 of 6 from the field for 3 points in the game 1 defeat. He halves the deficit here. Quick passing out to the near side, open look for 3, bang! What a response from Guy Panini. A 20-year-old hitting a 3 at one end, the 36-year-old responding at the other. He is the ultimate 3-point shooter. Toe Hurton, this time taking the ring road around the defense, back out. Orbanu with the 3-point shot. We'll try and grab the offensive rebound. Israel hunting for the board in numbers, and then a quarterback pass down the floor, resulting in a foul on Orbanu. The three here from Guy Panini, who in the Basketball Champions League this season has shot at 50% from the outside, knocking down 33 of 66 attempts. Bounce pass, and the score off the inbound. Israel back up by 8. Celebrated by the number 8 on the bench. TJ Klein inside to score. Got free off Panini's pass. And a chance at a three-point play that he is happy to take. Only scored 4 points in the Game 1 win. He comes in here with a three-point play. Israel by 9. Toherton. Fouled on the perimeter, the second foul on Israel. Romania have already picked up 3. Only played a little over 2.5 minutes in the second quarter. Romania are going to have to battle back again, and that's a pretty good start in trying to do so. Back within 6 points. Meckel. Working around the perimeter, picked off, but he couldn't quite keep it in bounds. Tudor Gjorge working hard to deflect the pass after knocking down the 3, doing it at both ends. Three minutes into the second quarter, we're going to have a timeout in Tel Aviv. Israel leading by 6 points, 24-18.
דני, אתה הולך אייברסון אגרסיבי, כן? איך שהוא עובר, אתה מוסר לדי-ג'יי. די-ג'יי, get the ball, פיני, אתה מפנה, you care. אתה מוסר לגל, די-ג'יי. אין לי קטון מי, אתה ככה, אתה עושה קטעי. איזה לא? go Iverson, you get the ball. You see the care, אתה עושה ממנו לגל.
Israel have led for the whole of these first 13 minutes by as many as 10 points, but Romania, looking to remain hot on their heels, have turned to their outside shooting. Gjorge knocking down after Toherton had done so not too long before. In the first quarter, it was all about their interior offense. Now they're showing some range as well. In some ways, it's turned the other way around for Israel, who were knocking down threes early on. Now they're going to the basket. Romania have just picked up their 4th foul of this second quarter. Orbanu's 2nd of the game. 3-point shot for Israel this time, rims out. Any further fouls from the Romanian defense for the rest of this half will send Israel to the foul line, shooting foul or not. They get a good look for a long 2. Will it go down off the shooter's roll? It does. Romania close the gap to 4. 3.5 minutes into the second. 6 points now for Katse. They lose it. And it leads to the open floor for the flying finish from Emmanuel Katse as Romania get back within 2. Defense providing the platform from which to launch the big offensive blow. Show and go onto the inside. What a response from Israel. Denzel Madsen to rock the rack. Big dunks at both ends of the floor. George. Through the double team, moved it on. Three-point shot. That will go for Julian Orbanu. Romania back within a whisker. These two trading blows back and forth. Battling underneath the basket. Romania come away with it. Quick release down the floor. Here they come in full flow, in transition. Mid-range two, wouldn't drop. Offensive rebound. Israel scratching and clawing at the ball to try and come up with the possession, and they do. And a foul in the end called on Mihai Machuca. It is a foul as well that takes Romania to the foul limit for the second quarter very early on. There's the show-and-go dunk from Idan Zalmanson. Sees Israel ahead by one as he goes to the bench. The foul was on the offensive rebound attempt from Romania, but it goes down as a defensive foul in those circumstances, so it sends Israel to the foul line here. And any further fouls from the Romanian defense will send Israel to the line for the next 5.5 minutes. They might get quite a few chances from the strike before the first half is through. DJ Klein making the most of the first opportunity in that regard. Toherton moving it on to the edge of the paint. Throwing the double team, kicking back out, move to the corner. Toherton for three, no. Orbanu would just pass one up, having hit one a few moments earlier. This time it's George who will take one on, and they missed two in a row. Neckel down the floor, swiftly moved on. Cohen back on the floor. Lovely pass, and the cut right through down the lane by DJ Klein. Seven points for TJ. Toherton for three, no. Rebound Avdia. Neckel on towards Avdia. Puts the ball on the floor, trying to get the defense up in the air, and in the end, the contact and the finish and the big celebration. Deni Avdia doing the damage to Romania. Little hesitation, not once but twice, made sure he got the defense up, drew the contact and still put it in. Watched on by his club coach, Ioannis Feropoulos. He's got a couple of his Maccabi players on court right now in Avdia and Cohen. Avdia can't complete the three-point play. He's becoming a key player for that Maccabi team this season. A team that have been ravaged by injury, but he's really stepped up. Watson. Orbanu moving it on to the edge of the paint, and they force the turnover on Katse. Down the floor, here comes Cohen, slicing through to score, and Israel picking up the pace again. Romania determined not to let them rest. Watson. Orbanu. They swing it around the perimeter to the corner. They need it to go, and it does for George. Beautiful Romanian basketball. Just when they needed a shot to fall, Israel had stretched the lead to 9. That goes down as a two-pointer. Bounce pass into the lane. Cohen scores again. And they are getting in at will, tearing this Romanian defense to bits. 9 points for Jake Cohen. Off the pass from Panini. And Cohen leading all scorers.
Watch out! We run feast, but I want spacing on perimeter. CB, you dive, if he's open, you feed Judy, you can't. Julie, George handoff at least. George handoff at least one thing away. Puller, punch cross, man, they do chip ball. Krista, but take the basket with Zidi, but look on perimeter on Julie and Judy. 25 in defense. Haydi.
Bounce pass inside from Panini, over the head, flip layup finish from Cohen. Nobody can keep him down on the interior. 9 points for Cohen, that time off the inbound pass, a score for TJ Klein. Cohen is 4 of 5 from the field though for 9 points in 11 minutes. Panini with a couple of assists to go along with his 3 points. And the lead stretched to 9 again. Watson. Yorgate gets it back. Back onto Orbanu, who's going to put up the 3 and knocks down another. Well, he hit one a couple of minutes ago, then perhaps passed when he should have shot after that. And he takes that one early. And shows what he's got in his locker again. Avdia. Great effort to get back, but he steps on the baseline and then goes into the cameraman behind the basket. That's the kind of battling that Romania are going to have to show in this one from Tudor Gheorghe, the 22-year-old point guard. Did a great job of getting back to block this passing lane, having provided the assist a few seconds earlier for Orbanu's 3. Romania have to dig deep on defense again. Down by 6, 2 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first half. The officials just conferring about something here before the play is resumed. It's been a hotly contested first half in Tel Aviv in this red-hot atmosphere. This Israel team looking to go 2-0, Romania looking to go 1-1. It's been a weekend of upsets in the EuroBasket 2021 qualifiers. Romania looking to produce another here. Panini to inbound. They scored off an inbound earlier in the quarter. Panini into Cohen. And the foul is on the offense. Finally, somebody finds a way of stopping Jake Cohen around the basket. Really good defense as well it was from Julian Orbanu, who's stepping up at both ends of the floor. He's knocked down a couple of big threes. And that time he gets his feet set and takes the big hit to force the turnover. Watson. Israel's 6th turnover, 3 fewer than Romania. Burner back out. Watson takes the 3 wide of the basket. And Cohen has the ball as we approach the final 2 minutes of the second quarter. 3-point shot. Avdia got it. He is full of confidence, the teenager right now. Danny Avdia takes the lead back to 9. He's got 8 points and 5 rebounds. Gheorghe goes through the gears. Lovely wraparound pass after drawing the attention of the defense to allow Bogdan Tiberna the easy score. Seven points the gap. Three-point shot. Rims out for Black. Quick pass down the floor. Watson. Stop and pop 3 will drop, and Romania back within 4 refuse to go away. Radu Werner, another young player, stepping up on the big occasion. Avdia moving it to Cohen. Cohen a chance to go one-on-one. And he draws the foul, this time from the defense on Tiberna. These two leaving it all out on the floor, trading three-pointers over the last few seconds. Neither team budging an inch. Romania at the foul limit for the second quarter. So Cohen's at the line where he converts the first. One more to come. Coach Costescu's team with a big first half effort to keep this one close, having been down by 10 early on. Watson hands it off, and it comes around to Orbanu. Final minute of the second quarter. Jordan Watson. Shot clock down to 5. Watson turns on the afterburners, kicks it to the far corner. Three-pointer well over the rim this time, recovered, but it didn't touch the rim, so a shot clock violation on Romania. Timeout with 45.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Israel up by 6.
I want to go quick 2 for 1. The ball is in. We go this way, right? איתי, מה שעשינו זה, גל או תמיר, רק מפה, pick and roll and you chase the roller. You don't cut. Pick and roll, check. You delay Itai's man. No, the first one. We start here, one with the ball. No, one of you is here. Itai play the pick and roll. You just delay his man. Dribble here, hand off, and איתי אתה הולך לשני. ואז אתה חוזר, we have check top of the key. It's going to be like this. You dribble, you just delay, Itai, and papa.
Coach Oded Katash wanting to use the clock as Israel's friend here. Got plenty of friends in here tonight. Packed house in Tel Aviv. And they're certainly enjoying the occasion. And we'll try and go quickly here to get 2 offenses before the end of the first half. Neckel. Neckel getting to the perimeter, handing it off. Threatening the quick 3, but clinging onto it is Black. Back to Neckel. Neckel going to work on Cohen. Kept his balance on the baseline, kick back out. Black for 3. No, big offensive putback. Flying through the Tel Aviv sky to throw it down, Itai Segev. Israel by 8 and a Tel Aviv takeoff. And now the shot clock is turned off, so Romania can hold it for the final shot. Watson, 5 to shoot. Watson will take the deep 3, and he got it to beat the buzzer at the end of the first half. Typical of this Romanian performance. Every time Israel looked to pull away, Romania come back and hit them hard. It has been fabulous in the first half from both teams. Some disciplined defense and electric offense. And at the break, Israel lead by 5 over Romania, 43-38. Really good first 2 quarters here. We'll have a look at the numbers. It's pretty even, certainly in terms of the outside percentages and attempts. Israel the slight edge on the interior, Romania the slight edge on the boards, although they have committed 3 extra turnovers. Those extra possessions allowing Israel to get ahead. 5 is the gap, in fact. It's 43-38, so a slight mistake on that score. Katse with 8 points for Romania. Cohen leads the way of all scorers with his 11 for Israel. Both teams putting in a big performance in a big atmosphere. Israel, with the lightning fast start, went up by 10, 12-2 at the midway point of the first quarter. So over the last 15 minutes, Romania have outscored Israel by 5. To halve that gap, they did get as close as 2. And they have certainly shown they have what it takes. They have the talent and the tenacity to produce a second-half comeback. And Israel will have to remain at the top of their game. The first quarter was very entertaining but low scoring at 16-12 to Israel. And then both offenses exploded in the second at 27-26. Second quarter in Israel's favor. Several big dunks are part of that. Several threes knocked down for both teams. Plenty more to come after the break. Cohen leads the way with 11 points, 4 of 5 from the field. A nice pass that time, drawing the attention of the defense. They've had 8 from Deni Avdia, the other Maccabi Tel Aviv player. And Romania led by the 8 of Emmanuel Katse. They've also had 6 from Julian Orbanu off the bench. Lovely ball movement around the perimeter. Jorge knocking down that one. Tamir Blatt going to work. Panini feeding it inside for Cohen to score. They've spread the assists around Israel. Romania started slow on the outside, but have started to knock down three-pointers. Dia hitting a 3 for Israel. 5 of 14 from the outside. Romania 7 of 70. Get a feeling there's a few more twists and turns to come in Tel Aviv. Closer look at the top scorers for their respective sides here. Emmanuel Katse with 8 points, and that follows a huge double-double against Spain when he put up 19 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists and 2 blocks. He's got 8 first-half points here to go along with 4 rebounds and a steal. And he's hit 4 of 6 from the field, including a couple of big dunks. What a matchup between the two centres, both wearing the number 15 here tonight. Katse and Cohen. And that could prove pivotal by the end of the evening. Katse out in transition, going up for another spectacular finish. Hugely talented 22-year-old turning it on in Tel Aviv. That's 2. His firm fan favourite, Jake Cohen, who didn't play on game day 1 because he was playing and impressing for his club side. Here he is on game day 2 with 11 first-half points, only missing the 1 shot, 4 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the foul line in 14.5 minutes on court, as well as grabbing a couple of rebounds and coming up with a block shot. Some lovely moves underneath. That time to get the better of Rafael Menko. Cohen versus Katse, certainly one to keep your eye on in the second half. That time the two Maccabi players combining, Avdia to Cohen. He's got inside time and time again. He's had the freedom of the paint when Katse has been away from the basket. Tight and tense game in Tel Aviv. We'll be back with more in a few minutes' time. At halftime, Israel 43, Romania 38.
Serena loses it, and out to breakaway, easy 2-0, the reverse throwdown. Gabriel Lundberg.
Turkey look to make the fast start. Oh my Lord.
Richard has the ball taken away. Behind the back pass, a little bit of razzle-dazzle by Spain. Gets it to Said, then he goes up for the dunk, and he's fouled. What a moment for Spain here in Cluj-Napoca.
Shots up again, same position for Zartizate. And he'll try again, and it's good for three. Zartizate with a big time three.
The three from the half! Schreiner makes it! Wow, what a three from Schreiner from the half.
Look at the game leaders here as we come back for the second half in Tel Aviv. Cohen 11 points, Avdia 5 rebounds to go along with his 8 points. Metko 3 assists for the home team. PJ Klein has 7 points for them as well. Cohen leading the way though, 11 points, 4 of 5 from the field. Close look at him just before half-time. Been having a look at him and talking about him all game long. He's been consistent and determined. Certainly hasn't missed a beat, nor has his club teammate Denny Avdia. Both of them arriving for game day 2. Not played on game day 1. Now the 2 leading scorers for Israel here tonight, combining for 19 points and 7 rebounds. For Romania, Katz's 8 points leads the way for them. They've had 4 rebounds from Popper, 4 assists to lead all players creatively in the game from Tudor Gheorghe, the 22-year-old point guard, who has done really well. He struggled with foul trouble in the defeat to Spain. Despite scoring 9 points, he only played 14.5 minutes. provided not just the creativity, but the energy in the offense for Romania here this evening. The 8 points of Katse. They've got 6 from Orbanu, who's knocked down a couple of three-pointers. 5 from Jordan Watson. I apologise if there's any stats and facts that don't match what's on your screen. There's a bit of differential in terms of a couple of different scoring systems, what I'm seeing on the monitors in front of me. Try and keep you up to date the best I possibly can as we head to the second half. And in terms of all those individual stats and facts, all that really matters for both sets of players here is who goes on to get the win. What a big win it would be for both. Israel looking to go 2-0 at the top of the group. Romania behind the big performance of Emmanuel Katse, looking to go 1-1, get their first win. And that would mean we are dead even through all 4 teams in Group A after 2 game days. It's been a tremendous atmosphere since long before the opening tip, all the way through to the half. Enjoyed by fans of all ages in Tel Aviv. The Israeli flag flying high right now. They've led by as many as 10. They lead by 5 as we get set to start the second half. Coach Jode Katash knows his team have plenty of work to do. He's there to see this one through. Kostescu's Romania team close enough to provide Israel a really stubborn test in this second half. The difference really between the two teams comes down to turnovers. Romania have only had 3 more turnovers at 9 to Israel's 6, but Israel have punished the turnovers with 12 points, whereas Romania have only scored 2 points off those 6 Israeli turnovers. Romania will aim to handle the ball with a little more care in the second half to try and close the gap. They've turned to their outside shooting to get them back in it. This team struggled from the outside at the start of the game, but they have the better percentage at 41% at the start of the second half. Down by 5. Israel missed the first shot of the third quarter. Rebound for Katse. Watson. Watson gets it back from Popper. Katse wants the entry pass. He receives it high up against Cohen, who's right on top of him. Moves it back out. They get away with it. Can they score something off the sloppy play? Long range contested 2, nowhere near. And there's a protest from Dragoste that he got caught as he put the shot up. The officials didn't see it. And you see the 2-point shooting percentage. Israel on top in that regard. So the 3-pointers for Romania helping them stay close. Neckel into the lane. He gets fouled on his way through the paint by Dragoste. It's a few seconds for him. Didn't get the call he wanted at one end and then has a call against him at the other. We are such passionate fans here in Israel and especially here in Tel Aviv. The team have the edge, but not by much. 4 points, 3 assists for Meckel. Popper. And here goes Watson. 5 to shoot. Gordon Watson into the foul line, moves it on. Machuca, tough shot. Tipped by Katse, still wouldn't go down though. Quick release down the floor. Israel by 7. Cohen gets inside and does what Cohen does. Pinpoint pass from Black. Cohen does the rest. Israel up by 9. Katse. 3 assists now for Tamir Blatt. The 3-pointer rims out for Romania. Can't say the offensive rebound though. Watson low catch, looks to run the offense again. Calls for the screen, goes behind it, shoots the 3. Wouldn't go down. Rebound grabbed by Menka. A chance for Israel now, having only just been ahead at the half, to go up by the largest lead of the evening. Prodding and probing and then looking to penetrate the paint, but losing the handle on the ball on his way down to the deck. And a turnover. That time a nice pass though from Black to Cohen, wasting little time at the start of this second half. Lane opens up for the drive to the basket, high off the window. What a wonderful finish from Dragoste. Only 1.84 m. He goes into the land of the Giants and scores. Romania within 7. Meckel. Looking to the far side, 3-point shot. The closeout was late, it rims out. Segev battling for the boards. It's Machuca who comes away with it. Watson. Katse. Passes across to the corner. Machuca. Looking back out here. Dragoste. Trying to shake off the defense. Shoots the long 2 this time. 4 quick-fire points for Merrill Dragoste. And Romania back within 5. It's happened once again. Every time Israel look to open up a gap, Romania get back at them. Black to Cohen. Those two looking to combine again. Posting up, edge of the paint. Shot falls short. And Katse gets the better of that battle. Watson. Katse. Dragoste scored the last 4 points. He's going to take another shot. And the Israeli defense concerned about his hot hand. And they commit the foul. So Dragoste goes to the line for 2 to try and close the gap to 3. Coach Katash's team opened up a 9-point lead and had a possession to try and stretch it beyond the previous evening high of 10 points. They turned it over, and Romania have taken the opportunity as they look to close it down to one possession. Mirel Dragoste with 6 unanswered points. Romania back from 9 down to within 3. He's got 8 points altogether. Blatt across to the near side, Avdia. Into the paint, moves it on, he wants it back underneath. And Avdia in the end gets the tip off the miss from Zalmanson. Double digits for Denny. He's on 10. Romania commit the offensive foul to turn it over. That the real Achilles heel for them in the first half, the turnovers. Three more than Israel. Blatt. Cohen threatened the 3, stepped inside, little Euro step, on it goes far side, they move it back out, a foul on the 3-point shot, and a trip to the line for a triple. Third personal foul on Mihai Machuca. He's the first Romanian to pick up a third foul, in fact the first player from either team. Here's 4 of 7 from the field and 1 of 3 now from the line for 11 points. There's 3 of his 4 foul shots in the game, Denny Avdia, but 1 more to come. In fact, he's 2 of 4, beg your pardon. And now 3 of 5, and that percentage starts to look a little more respectable. Watson dancing through the defense and scoring on the pretty reverse. Romania within 5 minutes into the second half. 7 points now for Watson. That goes behind the back, shakes off the defense, looks for the 3, fires it inside instead. Zalmanson backing in, confronted by the help defense, and the ball knocked beyond the baseline. Remains in possession of Israel. Look at the moves from Jordan Watson, getting past 1 and then beating the second defender, Avdia, underneath, using the basket as a shield to get the shot away on the opposite side. Avdia, little pump fake, puts it in. 14 points for Denny Avdia. Three-point shot, got open, couldn't resist, Bogdan Popper, but misses it. Israel back up by 7. 4.5 to play here in the third. Quick three-point shot will go down from Rafael Menko. And Israel racing away. They have matched the largest lead of the night at 10. Another assist from Tamir Blatt, another triple for the home team.
Why we rotate this way? And again we are slow. Playing only 5-on-5 is not our game. Why don't run? After some rebounds now, hopefully we can play some fun. Hey, run more speed now. Play ball screen with Oli. Oli post up. High low with Amy, or below post. Oli on shake. Oli on shake, and then on in, and then look for low post.
Is this their moment to blow the game open? Avdia battling on the boards. They've done a large part of their scoring in the paint. 14 points now from Denny Avdia in as many minutes to lead the way of all scorers. Israel tied the largest lead of 10 points that they had way back at the midway point of the opening quarter at 12-2. 56-46 here. And a foul on the defense goes on Blatt. Romania have 4 fouls for the third quarter. Only 1 away from the limit. That was only the second on Israel. Watson, 7 points for him so far. Big 4 minutes here. Romania to try and stay in the game, and they get a big shot just when they needed it. Dragoste stepping up time and time again. 11 points for him now. That's his first from the outside. Quick ball movement from Israel. Inside, outside, inside, outside, missing the shot. Watson recovers, he can escape. Waiting for the cavalry to arrive. In a sea of white jerseys, the miss from Machuca. Seven the differential, 3.5 to play in the third. Avdia not thinking twice about the three, misses it though. Rebound grabbed by Dragoste. Posting up, edge of the paint, looking to go to work is Ola. Ola spinning, basket side, grabs his own rebound and then got hit. And Zalmanson thought it was a clean block. The official having a word in the ear of Coach Katash. Let's have another look at it. Goes up again. Tough to take for Zalmanson. Third foul in the third for Israel. Sends Ola to the line and he misses the first. One of just a couple of players on the Romanian roster that played at EuroBasket 2017. Both teams here aiming to get to EuroBasket 2021. Romania back within 6 as Ola hits his second. Final 3 minutes of the third. Nini moves it on. Avdia, leading scorer in the ball game, the 19-year-old going to work again. Slicing through a couple of defenders and getting a trip to the line is Zalmanson. Voted the Israeli League's most improved player in 2017. He's averaged 3.7 points, 2.4 rebounds in only 8.5 minutes a game for Hapoel Jerusalem in the Basketball Champions League this season. Had 12 points in just 12.5 minutes in Poland on Thursday. And he was 5 of 9 from the field. It's a wild free throw from him. Got 4 points off 2 of 4 shooting tonight. Recovers to hit his second free throw. Israel by 7. Toherton. Sit back, the 20-year-old. Toherton kicking it back out. Ola. Dragoste. Shot clock down to the final 5. Machuca. He puts up the contested 3 and gets it to go. Mihai Machuca. Goes down as a 2. Must have had a toe on the line, but they forced the turnover on Israel. Toherton. Machuca fouled this time on the perimeter, having just hit one. Panini with the foul. Israel's 4th of the quarter. They had that foul to give. It's called on the floor rather than on the shot. And there you see clearly Machuca stepping back onto the line. So it goes down as a 2. What a lovely move to get the better of Panini. Any further defensive fouls from either team will send the opposition to the foul line. Bjorge Leads the way for Romania with 4 assists across to the far side. Dia getting in the way and getting in the face of Orbanu. It ignites the fast break. Euro stepped through the paint, lost it on the way through. Did Galmakel. Dia smothering the offense. And a finish underneath. In the blink of an eye off the inbound pass. Israel by 7. Toherton. Inside it goes towards Katse, who's fouled straight away by Zalmatson. And that will send Emmanuel Katse to the line, with Israel now at the limit. Katse closing in on a double-double performance as Zalmatson picks up his 3rd personal foul. 8 points, 8 rebounds so far from Emmanuel Katse. He played EuroBasket 2021, EuroBasket 2017 rather, as a 20-year-old, now looking to go to EuroBasket 2021 as an experienced player. Only averaged 10 minutes a game at the last EuroBasket. Now he's the key player for Coach Kostescu's team. A textbook foul shot technique, enough to get the job done on his first trip to the line. He makes them both and hits 10 points to go along with those 8 rebounds. Romania by, or Israel rather, by 5. A minute and a half to play in the 3rd quarter. Neckel. Slicing past 2 or 3 defenders and getting fouled, and will go to the line. And he plays his club basketball in the Spanish league with Gran Canaria. Very impressive with a double-double to lead Israel to victory in Poland on Thursday. 11 points, 10 assists, 3 steals. And the veteran point guard to guide the youngster Tamir Blatt in this international program. Who was voted the Basketball Champions League best young player last season. Israel are taking and making plenty of foul shots. It's a wild pass from Toherton to turn it over. The unforced turnover might be his team's undoing. Israel have tended to punish the turnovers, and they've had the opportunity. Mekal, as they try and do so again. Cohen inside, can't score the first time, but he does get it the second. Jake Cohen unplayable under the hoop. 15 points for him, 6 of 9 from the field. The lead is back to 9. It's getting away from Romania again towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Toherton trying to squeeze the pass through in the paint. They move it out, step to the side. Orbanu 3. He's hit a couple already, not that time. And it will be Israel ball. Neckel. Fouled by Toherton. We'll see him go back to the line again. Neckel, 4 of 4 at the stripe so far. .4 to play in the 3rd. Badini goes to the bench. Opportunity for Israel here to make it the largest lead of the night, despite a spirited effort from Romania in the 3rd quarter. Israel 14 of 17 from the stripe so far for 82%. Looking to improve that here with Meckel at the line. And fans really enjoying the occasion here as their team get closer and closer to going 2-0 in this qualifying campaign. It is the largest lead so far at 11, right at the end of the third quarter. Shot clock turned off. And Romania make it a single-digit game heading into the fourth to give themselves a chance of causing the upset still. And yes, they can for now, because there's a quick foul. It will send Lucas Toherton to the line, the foul from Segev. The silver lining is that it will leave Israel with 4.8 seconds to respond with the final shot of the quarter. So Herta makes them both. 9 points the differential. Meckel back out. They'll get the deep three away. It's too long. And it has been a single-digit game for the vast majority, and it will be heading into the fourth quarter. Israel 65, Romania 56 at the end of three. Israel stretching their 5-point half-time lead, shooting the much better percentage now on the interior. Romania's threes, to a certain extent, keeping them in it. It's a long way back for Tudor Costescu's team against Oded Ketash's Israel, who won that third quarter 22-18. Went to by as many as 11. Cohen continues to score. Romania continue to try to battle back. Miral Dragoste with a scoring burst had 6 straight points at one stage in that third quarter. One of so many Romanian fightbacks that have fallen just short as Israel tried to hold them at arm's length. Watson with a lovely move that time and an even better finish. Black pulling the strings. Go with the big three on that occasion. Well, got away from Watson momentarily, but they turned it into a three to answer back. Through Dragoste. Chuka doing the business from range as well. Finding it tough, close to the basket. So Romania having to show their range to keep themselves hot on the heels of Israel. Cohen doing the job for Israel around the basket. He's been the difference so far. 15 points for the number 15. Combining with his club teammate Deni Avdia, those two have 29. Start of the fourth quarter. Romania start with the ball down by 9 here in Israel. Toherton, Watson. Needs to be a big fourth quarter for Romania, but they're certainly still in it. Watson, little jab step, looks to go baseline against Avdia. Draws the attention of the defense, swung around for the open three-point shot. Lovely team play, but they don't get the shot at the end of it. Cohen. We'll set the screen now, receive it back. Capable of hitting the three as he showed earlier, misses that one. Two Romanians going for the same rebound, but they come away with it here. Watson. Hopper hands it off, then runs interference on the perimeter. Watson. Let's say running interference now for Watson to work around. High catch far side. Can't say lost it underneath. Grabbed down on the deck by Toherton. They've got to get the shot away, and they won't do in time. He wasn't aware of the shot clock. Dragoste on the far side. A shake of the head from Coach Costescu. It was just a case of not being aware of the clock after they got a lucky break and being able to continue the offense. The 12th turnover, 4 more than Israel. Israel have protected the ball really well so far in the second half. Avdia able to move it on. The open shot off the mark. Watson the rebound. Springs in his sneakers to get there above Avdia. Watson stepping into the elbow. Creates a bit of space towards the foul line. Misses the shot though. Shooting percentages on the inside, a big difference maker here. Panini. Cohen wants it one-on-one. Then creates room for Meckel to pull the trigger. Watson the rebound. Looking to come forward quickly in transition. They get inside this time to score. A much-needed basket provided by Bogdan Popper, and some much-needed space provided in the transition offense. Israel in the half court have tied down the paint, and they themselves have been able to score at will close to the basket. Cohen has 17 points. There you see points in the paint, 34-18 in Israel's favor. Almost double for the home team. Popper for 3. Avdia the rebound. That's his 8th. There's a foul, the first foul of the fourth quarter. It goes on Tiberna. It's the presence of Jake Cohen on the inside, not just scoring, but in terms of protecting the paint as well. Proving pivotal here, the big center. And Avdia inside to score. 35 points combined for the two Maccabi men. Watson bursting to the basket through a gap and scoring. Romania had fallen down by a joint evening high 11. They refused to relinquish this ball game, and how about that driving baseline under the hoop, and scoring goes Meckel, and a chance at a three-point play. And this would make it the out-and-out largest lead of the evening at 12. The 31-year-old with an injection of pace, showing no fear to finish under the hoop. Cohen and Avdia both on the bench now, as Israel build a bit of breathing room. It is in fact 33 combined for those two. Cohen leads the way with 17 points. Avdia has 16 to go along with 8 rebounds. Meckel now has 11. 3 in double figures for Israel. The lead is 12. There's still plenty of time, 6.5 minutes. Romania looking to work now with the two big Israeli players, Avdia and Cohen, on the bench, but they can't make the most of the first offense in those circumstances. Outside shot, far side, far too easy to find the room. And Israel are up by 15 as they look to see this one through. Another big shot from Menko from distance. The Romanian defense caught sleeping.
Dacă luăm coșuri din astea, nu putem să jucăm basket. S-au dus la 15 puncte numai pe tâmpeni. Fucking Vector, șut de 3 nivel, că noi ne retragem la pas. Și să jucăm în apărare. Beast, next offense. Beast. Here we go.
We've talked about it already. Points in the paint making a big difference. 38-20 in Israel's favour. They've scored them consistently throughout the course of the game. Throw in a few threes as well. Menko's 3 of 4 on the outside, and they are now racing away with it. It was the Romanian threes that were keeping them close at the half, but Romania have only hit 1 outside shot since the main break. They have consistently struggled on the interior. Watson for 3. They're just not going down from deep anymore. That moves it on. Manson to the far side. He wants it back, pass deflected, recovered though by Menko. 5 on the shot clock. It was an off-balance 3 when there was still a few seconds remaining. Dragoste, a scoring burst in the 3rd quarter, could do with another one here in the 4th. Watson. Chuka, Dragoste, Watson. Trying to move this Israeli defense around, but they're struggling to do so. Shot clock winding down here. What a shot that is from Alex Ola at the end of the shot clock, spinning away and then off one leg, drilling it over the top of the defender. They just haven't been able to create good high percentage looks though. They're having to rely on those kind of shots. Step to the side 3 for Israel to answer right back. And the lead stretches through Panini. Romania able to get something to go. Israel come back with a 3. Watson. Chuka going down the baseline, knocked away, recovered far side by Ola. Shot clock down to 3. Ola to the elbow, knocked away again. And again, a shot clock violation. It goes down, but too late. The Israeli defense has turned up the intensity. A 13-6 4th quarter. And they forced the 13th turnover on Romania. That's got 5 assists so far. Across to the far side it goes. And then slicing through to score. And to stretch this lead now to 18. They have doubled the points in the paint of Romania. EJ Klein with the, or rather Nimrod Levy with the last score. Another assist for Blatt. Panini the outside shot. Everything falling for Israel here in the 4th. 15 points in the first 6 minutes. Blatt getting back, blocking the passing lane, doing the dirty work as well. They have taken it to another level, Israel. Zalmanson trying to catch up with it. Romanian possession. Look at this effort to get back from Blatt, to save it, to balance the baseline, to slip and to recover, and then to lead the offense. Tamir Blatt, the 22-year-old with 5 assists and a couple of steals.
Take the screen on zone. 40 counts. Don't play sideways. Attack. Try to attack and create superior on the other side. We go 10 cross. We go 10 cross. Abre la mano. Hey. Come on, let's go.
This is surely now an insurmountable lead. Up to 18, the largest of the night. Panini from the outside. Knockout going underneath and through. Israel hitting Romania with everything they've got here in the fourth. Offensive blow after offensive blow. Plenty of defensive doggedness in between. Six points, 5 assists for Panini. Spread the assists around. Meckel's got 4, Blatt's got 5. As a team, 21 assists to Romania's 13. Your game. Around Katse, back out. Katse wants it on the inside, and he gets fouled straight away by Zalmanson as the pass comes in. Fourth foul on Zalmanson, so he's hanging now by a disciplinary thread. Watson goes behind the back, crosses over. Wants to get the three-pointer here. Moves it onto the corner. They get it away just in time. Offensive rebound, Katse. Back out it goes. Three-point shot far side. They need it to go, and they're just not going right now, and haven't been for the whole of the second half for Romania. Only 1-3 since half-time. Blatt. Final 3 minutes here as he scoops it across to the far side to Levy. Nimrod Levy passes through. Bit of hesitation, a few pump fakes, and another score. Israel showing their muscle. And they have done, in truth, in the paint all evening long. Watson. Back out. Romania, in the end, have died by the three-point shot. That's all they've been able to muster. Very little creatively on the interior to budge the Israeli defense. The 36-year-old Guy Panini hearing it from this Tel Aviv crowd. A 20-point lead for Coach Katash's team. Dragoste steps through, tough angle. Can't get his geometry right. Rebounds Zalmanson. Quick pass down the floor, inside, hesitation, and score despite the heavy contact for Avdia. A 22-point lead with 2 minutes to play. Avdia has 18 to lead all scorers now. Applause from Coach Costescu as Romania continue to battle, but in vain now. They're set to go 0-2 with tough losses against Spain and now Israel. And Israel set to go 2-0. Zalmanson, the latest to hear the appreciation of the Tel Aviv crowds as he goes to the bench. Dragoste. A shot from Alex Ola, a long two, further away than the basket than the 7-footer would want it. Far side, three-point shot will go for Israel again. The bench and the fans on their feet. Avdia has 21. The lead is 25. They have raced and ripped away from Romania. Recovered by Ola. Another long two for him. Too long. Tries to grab his own rebound and a foul by Levy. Doni Avdia lighting it up from long range that time. 3 of 6 on the outside, as well as 5 of 7 on the interior. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal and a block. Such a talented teenager. He's becoming a star for his club side on the grand European stage. And he's hoping to do just that for his national team as well, en route to EuroBasket 2021. Vicious defense still from Romania, despite the game being beyond them. And they force a travel on Itai Segev. That has not cut short the enjoyment of these fans one bit. Final minutes here, with Israel leading by 24. And the turnover from Romania after all of that hard defensive work. They give it straight back to Israel. Levy for three. Not this time. It is already a 22-point fourth quarter for Israel. They had 22 in the third quarter as well. 27 in the second quarter after a slow start. They've consistently got better and better. Still working hard to block the passing lanes. Avdia playing the pass through. Forced his teammate under the basket. Blatt, rather, it was. Takes the three-point shot. Rebound, Ola. And this one is pretty much in the books. There's a sneaker on the sideline from Tudor Gheorghe, just to rub salt in Romania's wounds. This packed arena on its feet for Israel here in Tel Aviv. Israeli ignition in window one of the EuroBasket 2021 qualifiers. Deni Avdia's 21 points and 8 rebounds, carrying them to an 87-63 win over Romania as they go 2-0. Two-point shooting percentage, a big difference maker. 63% for Israel, just 43% for Romania. They got to the line to take and make more foul shots as well. And they had, in the end, 8 fewer turnovers and 11 more assists. Avdia with 21, Cohen with 17. What a big boost to reinforce the roster as the two Maccabi men combine for 38 points. They got the win on the road in Poland on Thursday. They get the win on home court here in Tel Aviv today. The perfect start to this qualifying campaign for coach Oded Katash and his team. They go 2-0. There's 4 more games to come. 2 more in November, 2 more next February. And then they hope to be playing at EuroBasket 2021. Plenty of talent, plenty of young talent in this team that can certainly make Europe stand up and take notice. Smiles all round in Israel tonight. Look of all the young players. How about the veteran Guy Panini, who is leading this group of youngsters? Amir Blatt with plenty of assists tonight. Menko with plenty of threes. And Israel with plenty of positivity heading forward in this campaign. Jake Cohen, for so often, for so long, was the main man here tonight before Deni Avdia burst away from his club and international teammate late on. Jordan Watson trying to reignite the fight for Romania as they stayed with Israel for the first 3 quarters. Cohen scoring 17 points off 7 of 12 shooting, 4 rebounds as well. Israel more than doubling the tally of Romania in the paint. A rare opportunity to dance around the defense to the basket for Jordan Watson there. He would finish all Romania with 9 points. They only had one, in fact 2 scorers in double digits, but only 11 points for Dragoste and 10 for Katse, who also had 10 rebounds for a double-double. Israel with 3 double-digit scorers, 11 for Mekel, along with 4 assists. They had 21 for Denny Avdia, 9 for Menko, who knocked down 3 threes, and 17 for Cohen. You see the bigs of Romania forced to do a lot of their work there away from the basket. Cohen locked down the paint. And knocked down a few on the outside as well. And all of that provided the platform in the end for Denny Avdia, who had scored intermittently throughout the game, to then burst away down the stretch to take his tally to 21 off 8 of 13 shooting. Manson showing his strength on the inside, had 7 points. Avdia, though, 5 of 7 inside and 3 of 6 from downtown. The man of the moment in Tel Aviv tonight. An efficiency rating for Denny Avdia, the 19-year-old, of 25. Blatt leading the way creatively with 7 assists. 2 talented youngsters combining to get the bench on its feet. And the fans remained on their feet for the vast majority. Plenty to excite in Tel Aviv tonight. Avdia, the new superstar of Israeli basketball. Israel go top of Group A at 2-0. Poland and Spain 1-1 after Poland's big win in Zaragoza earlier. Romania 0-2. 4 more games to play to try and make EuroBasket 2021. There's a few more qualifiers going on around Europe over the course of the evening. But from me, Tim Long, it's goodbye for now.